The workshop organized by Doshi Women's College, Mumbai, and he paid individual visits to many colleges for the guidance, and to name a few of them as Raigad district, Sindhudurg district, Kolhapur. In spite of this, he guided and supervised 13 colleges in Ratnagiri district. He has completed two minor research projects which were funded by BCUD, that is Board of College and University Development, University of Mumbai, and one major research project funded by UGC. The title of the project was Population Economics of Marine Vivel from west coast of Maharashtra. He has published as good as 28 research papers in national and international research journals, and to his name, many awards were conferred out to him, especially as a Best Researcher Award, and his papers are entitled as Best Research Papers. He is approved PhD guide of Mumbai University in the subject of zoology, and he has also worked in fishery processing industry as an approved technologist by Export Inspection Council of India. He headed various sections in fishery industry like pre-processing, processing, freezing, packing of marine seafood products such as fish, cuttlefish, prawn, etc. He has also worked in the IQF section of shrimp and mollusks, along with the involved in quality-based microbiological inspection of seafood product at various stages of processing and finished products. Besides this, he has also involved in export procedure of seafood product to Japan, USA, and EU, European countries. I am very happy to state one more thing about him, that we, our staff and our especially IQSC, we were always in touch with Honorable Ayyub sir, and before we just faced for the PTV, that is peer team visit, came to our college on 1st of September. Just before a week, we had online interaction with him, and he guided us many minute things which helped us a lot to secure good grade. Thank you very much, Ayyub sir. I request you to continue. I am very much sure we all will be benefited by his guidance on motivated, energized, and capable faculty. Thank you, sir. Sir, you are not audible. I think you need to unmute. Honorable Ayyub Sheikh sir is there. Very soon he will start his session on.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now audible.
Okay, sir. So video and audio, something there is a problem, so I will not do video.
Okay, sir. We could see your list, but we could not hear your sound. Now you are audible.
Now it is okay.
Yes, sir. It is very much clear.
Allow me to share my screen, sir.
Yes, sir.
असेसमेंट आल्या 2 तारखेला येते दुसरं काय असेसमेंट अजून काय ते प्रोजेक्ट
Sir, allow me to share because I'm not able to share.
ओपन तर करून घ्यावं लागेल ना मला ते.
Hello, sir. Hello. Allow me to share my screen.
Yes, sir. Please. Share, please.
आवाज गॉन झाला.
are you able to see my screen, please?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible and you are audible, but there is some background sound also.
That time is I will. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
So this is the transaction phase that some of the students are leaving and the other batch is coming to enter in the college. So that's why this kind of noise problem is there. So I apologize for that. Okay. So once again, good morning to all. And first, I would like to congratulate this Humber Day College. So, in a very critical process of the NAC that we all know about, from 2017, number of changes have been made by the NAC in assessment and accreditation process. In such a challenging process, challenging tasks have been undertaken by Humber Day College and not only succeed, but it's a great achievement what I want to say, because being a rural region chasing such a high-tech institution, high-tech requirement of the NAC, the institution have undergone and successfully completed the process with the remarkable achievement that the institution have been got A grade, and being expert of assessment and accreditation process. I must say, going to A grade in revised process is not a simple task. So these challenging tasks have been accepted and successfully completed by this college, ASTI College. So I would like to congratulate the principal. I would like to congratulate to IQC coordinator, Nivratti sir, who is in continuous touch with us. Whole IQC team is there continuous in touch with us. So I would like to congratulate the principal as well, and management is also very much supportive, because I had a discussion with management 2-3 times as well. So behalf of this all, they have been achieved a very great achievement. So at first, I would like to congratulate to the institution, ASCII institution.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So why I would like to congratulate in this program, because in revised process, earlier there was consideration before 2017. NAC parameters were like some different kind of consideration was there, as the college in rural area, college is in hilly area. So accordingly there was grading, accordingly there was marking in earlier process before 2017. But when new system have been implemented by the NAC from 2017, so there is no any categorization that there will be hilly colleges having the different parameter, rural colleges having the different parameter, urban colleges having the different parameters. Not at all such changes have been made. So the all have been brought in a one umbrella. Means the same parameters are applicable for rural college, for hilly college, for urban college. In such a challenging task, this institution, though this is in very rural region, what I know about. So in rural region, being in a rural region, this institution have been chased all challenges and faced the NAC and successfully got the grade. That's why I would like to congratulate and do the big congratulations to the whole institution. So we are coming to our today's topic. So today's topic is basically ENEP, that motivated, energized, and capable faculty. So please somebody respond me. I'm audible. Good kind of audible or some problem? So Voice is okay, sir? My voice is okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So today's topic of this FDP program is the motivated, energized, and capable faculty. So the topic is as like that a whole day we have to discuss. Then also the discussion will not be over because a number of things are there merged in a concept. See that all we knows about education system is a student centric. Okay, I will come later on this part. But before that, the title of the today's FTP program is the motivated, energized, and capable faculty. So title is like see every aspect is linked with each other. So you can see hierarchy in the title, which have been chosen by the institution or the NEP policy maker who have been given this title. So there is the link in between each and every word, and there is the hierarchy: motivated, energized, and capable faculty. If you are going to observe carefully, so first word is depends on second word. Second word is depends on third word. Motivated, energized, and capable faculty. So it is expected the teacher should be motivated. So it is expected the teacher should be motivated that I was talking about the Indian education system, not only the Indian education system, but whole world education system is based on the student centric. So I'm not against of this statement, but what I expect, it should be teacher student centric. See, most of the times wherever policy have been made as per as education system is concerned, so all policy have been made considering the student. It is very well. I'm not against of this. It should be there. All policies have been developed, all processes have been developed, all methodology have been included. So only and only considering student, there is the development of education system. But at the time of making policy, the policy makers are forgetting behind the student, there is the teacher. Supposed to be in the education system, we are going to consider one coin. A side of one side of a coin is a teacher, other side of the coin is the student. So as none of the side is absent, then that coin doesn't have any value. Similarly, wherever there is concern of the student, there must be consideration of the teacher. But at the time of making policies, so this point have been removed. Teacher have been not considered. Every time teachers are not considered, and the policy of the education system have been made. But how is the teacher? Simply you can say, so teacher is a steel. So whatever RCC building we are going to see, so the RCC building nowadays RCC buildings are constructed basement. From the basement, the steel is added. So from the basement, the steel is added until to the top. So everywhere in RCC building there is the steel. Without steel, there is no strength to the RCC building. So similarly, in education system, the teacher is as a like steel, but it is not visible. We are able to see the building externally, but internally, why that building have been strong, why that building have been strength, we are not able to see. The strength of building is depends on the steel, and the teacher is the steel of education system. So most of the people, most of the policy maker, most of the government, what we can say, the policy maker, so avoiding or they are ignoring at the time of making policy to the teacher. So this topic is motivated. So there should be motivation to the student, motivation to the student, or motivation to the teacher. So various ways we can motivate, or it is expected to motivate through the various ways. So incentives in the form of the incentives, the institution or the teachers have been given the incentives, non-monetary incentives, monetary incentives. Okay, so this is what simple way of the motivation that it is expected the teacher should be motivated. Then, after the motivation, see how there is the link between each and every words which is there in title. The motivated. Once the teacher have been motivated, then they are the energized. Or after the motivation, there is need energized teacher. Or after the motivation, automatically the teacher will be energized. For the energized teacher, a motivation is not only sufficient. Let me explain, my friend. Because energy, the source of energy that we all knows about, that we all are in the field of teaching, in the field of a teaching profession, we all are teacher. So we knows about the source of energy. When the teacher will energized, there should be the source of energy. So energy source is important. And in very simple manner, let me explain. At very base level, let me explain. The source of energy is a job. A source of energy is a job security. So when the teacher will get the energy, as he is getting good salary, when the teacher will get the energy, as he or she having the job security, isn't it? So otherwise, only if we feel the pressure in a body, that body will swell, but that is not energized body. For energized body, there should be the food. When the food will enter in the body, then that body will generate the energy. So only by the pressure, the swelling is there, but there is no energy. So as per as teachers and teacher energized is concerned, energetic teacher is concerned, the job security is important. The salary of the teacher is important. So then the teacher will be energized. And very correctly said, see, as per as this teaching field is concerned, it is not as like other professions are. They are not going to claiming other profession. Other professions have one specific format is there, one track is there. As per that, the other professions are work. But as per as teacher profession is concerned, every day there are the challenges. Every day there are the challenges. So most of the peoples are going to think about what that maximum they have the 3 to 4 lectures, 2 lectures, and they are getting this much salary. So I remember one story which is based on this. We all remember Picasso is world famous paintings painter. What happened? He was there in one of the program, and one of the lady goes toward the Picasso, and she said that Picasso, sir, I heard about that you are the very great artist. Please draw one picture for me. He said that I'm very much busy. I am busy in the program, so it is not possible now. So I will draw later on if you are coming to me. She said, no, no, I am not possible to do later on. So please draw something for me. So immediately he took one paper, he took one pencil, been seated over there, and within 10 minutes he draw one diagram, one figure over there, one picture over there. And Picasso said to that lady, so take this picture which I draw for you, and you go and you sold it in market, so it will be sold for 13 million thousand, plus 13,000. So 30,000 million, she thought that how this fellow is going to talk about. Okay, then also she went in market. She sold that picture, and literally that was for 30,000 million. Immediately she came back to the Picasso and she said to Picasso, sir, I'm very much impressed that within 10 minutes you draw the figure. Within 10 minutes you draw the picture, and that got the price of 30,000 million. So I have to learn from you. Then Picasso said, 10 minutes you are able to see, but for this 10 minutes I have spent my 30 years of my age. Then I am able to give the result in a 10 minutes. So this is what is applicable for the teacher. We are going to stop in front of the student and we are teaching for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but people don't know what we have to do to stood up in front of the student and to speak for 30 to 35 minutes, 45 minutes. For preparation of one lecture of 45 minutes, we have to spend 3 hours at home. So then it is possible to deliver the lecture. So this is what the important fact behind the teaching profession. But at the time of making policy, policy makers are going to forget about this truth. And this is one of most of the time this question comes in my mind. Why every time the teachers are suffer at the time of making policy? Now you can see what is the latest conditions of the government policies. No recruitment. Teachers are appointed on contract basis, though they are qualified, they are the SET, they are the PhD. So being such a qualification, nowadays they are appointing on the CHB basis, contractual basis, ad hoc basis. And it feels very shame. The teacher is teaching to the student is graduating under the teacher. And after the graduation, that student is recruited somewhere. He's coming back, meet to teacher. He's telling that I have the salary of 70,000. How, what feeling will be there in the mind of teacher? The teacher who taught to the student, he is getting 12,000, 15,000. And the student who become expert under the teacher, that student is getting 60,000, 70,000. So what feeling will be there in the mind of the teacher? So that's why it is most important. Most of the time it happens. Every time the teachers are suffering. If you are going to see the history, every time the teachers are suffering, every time the teacher fraternity was fight for to get their capability. So as to get the 6th pay commission, so as to 7th pay commission. Every time there is a fight. Why this happens? And most of the time this question comes in your mind. The people, the person, the policy maker who write the policy, who makes the rules and regulation, who makes the GR, that person have been made capable by one teacher so as to make the circular, so as to make the policy. But at the time of making policy, this concept, this truth is going to forgot by the people, forgot by the policy maker, because see, each and behind each and every personality there is the teacher. Without teacher, nobody is going to become leader, nobody is going to become collector, nobody is going to become police inspector, or whatever high profile professions are there. Without the teacher, they are not able to possible. They are not able to become. But when they are reaching on that position, they are forgetting that how they came up to this level. So this is most important. There should be consideration to the teacher. Then the teacher will be energized. Motivation, it will be in the form of incentives. It will be in the form of non-monetary incentives, monetary incentives, and most of the times it is expected, at least a word of appreciation is expected. And most of the times we teachers fraternities are not able to get. If you are going to do any kind of the good work in institution, so there will be the reverse effect, and this is the fact. May not occurring in 100% institution. This may be, this may not 100% experience, but at least 90% experience is as like there is no motivation. It is expected. The lab attendance or the peon is expected he or she should get motivated from the clerk. Clerk is expecting he or she should get motivated from the head clerk. Then from the registrar is expecting she should get motivated from principal, isn't it? Teachers are expecting they should get motivated from the head of the department. Head of the department is expecting he or she should get motivated from the principal. Principal is expecting that he or she should get motivated from the management, and management is expecting that they should get motivated from the government. But this is not as like possible to all. Everybody are knowing, but there is at least it is expected word of appreciation. Oh, yes, you did very good, son. Only one word, one sentence is more than sufficient as far as motivation is concerned. There is also the scarcity. So it is expected the teacher should get motivated. Then the energized. So when the teachers will motivated, then they will be energized. Then they are going to become the energetic teacher, and automatically they are called as the capable faculty. When the faculties are called as the capable faculty, that motivation resulting energetic. When the teachers are energized,
Hello, sir.
automatically they are going to become the
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
सर आपला आवाज थोडासा कमी येतोय.
अच्छा.
हा थोडंसं
अच्छा.
ॲडजस्टमेंट.
Yes, yes, I got
येस
this.
येस सर येस.
Now it is okay.
ओके ओके.
Hello, it is okay.
येस सर.
Okay. So this is what is expected. So motivation, then the teachers will be energized, and when the teachers are energized, then they are able to become the capable faculty. So this is what is expected in a whole process. This is what is expected in a policy. This is what is mentioned in the new education policy. As far as motivated, energized, and a capable faculty is concerned, so it has been detected, it has been observed, it has been notified by the policy maker of NEP, and in national education policy, it is mentioned that the teacher must be motivated, should be energized, and teachers should be the capable. So then and only there will be upliftment of the student. Ultimately, there will be upliftment of the education system. So, considering this, it is most important factor that success of higher education institution, the quality and engagement of the faculty is important. The quality, the education quality should be provided, or there should be the quality education, and for the quality education, engagement of teacher is most important. Engagement of faculty is most important. So as to achieve this, so as to make the good quality of education, so as to increase the engagement of faculty, number of initiatives have been taken by our government from the last several year, that the systematized recruitment. Now we can see a kind of systematized is there in the recruitment process, as well as career progression. So some initiatives have been taken by the policymaker in the career progression of the teacher, and it tries to involve the representation from the various field. So now the government, the UGC is enforcing, or the UGC is specially mentioning that the expert from the other fields are also expected. So this is what is important. This is why it is important that now there is need to strengthen the higher education system, and there is need to give the good quality of the education. And for to give the good quality of education, this is most important. The teacher, that the engagement of faculty is most important. So as far as teacher fraternity is concerned, the compensation level of the permanent faculty is also increased by the government. Nowadays, we can see in the public institution also most of the teachers are able to get the seventh pay commission. Apart from this, various initiatives again have been taken, providing the good faculty, professional development faculty, as well as good opportunity in a profession. In spite of this, still there is lacuna. In spite of this, still there is a behind. The academic profession is behind. As far as academic profession is concerned, the faculty motivation is not reach up to the level. Faculty motivation in terms of the teaching, faculty motivation in terms of the research, faculty motivation in terms of the service to be provided, institution as well as society. So this is quite behind. So various initiatives have been taken, no doubt. Then also, the motivation of teacher is not up to the mark. It is important that the policymaker has to be look whether the teacher is happy, enthusiastic, whether the teacher is engaged, whether the teacher is motivated to his or her student. Because when the teacher is motivated, when the teacher is energized, then it is possible to motivate to the student, then it is possible to motivate, or then it is possible to energize to the student. So it is most important, the system has to be look after whether the teacher is motivated, whether the teacher is happy, whether the teacher is enthusiastic, whether the teacher is engaged, motivated to motivate to his or her student, institution as well as profession. So This is one of the most important areas of the discussion as far as teacher fraternity is concerned. So considering this, certain points have been put forward by NEP policymaker, certain suggestions have been given by NEP policymaker. So those suggestions are that the energetic teacher, motivated teacher, for that purpose, motivation of the teacher, energetic teacher. So being an energetic teacher, being motivated teacher, one of the important area of the higher education, that the infrastructure. It has been suggested the institution should have the excellent infrastructure, well-equipped infrastructure, at least basic infrastructure should be there. As far as basic infrastructure is concerned, the clean drinking water, the drinking water facilities is expected that should be the clean drinking water. Clean working toilet should be the clean. Blackboards or the whiteboards which have been used in the classroom, they should be up to the level to use. They should be the clean. The office area, offices should be the clean, properly maintained, well documented. The teaching tools which are there used, so the sufficient teaching tools should be there provided by the institution. Library should be equipped. Library should be with the books, with the journals, e-journals, isn't it? ICT supported library is expected. Lab should be well equipped, isn't it? As well as pleasant classroom. The classroom should be the sufficient sitting arrangement. Ventilation should be the sufficient, and whole campus of the institution, it is expected pleasant campus, isn't it? So this is what the basic infrastructure is expected. Basic infrastructure of the institution is expected. So apart from the basic infrastructure, the advanced infrastructure is also important, because nowadays everywhere there is the inclusion of ICT. So as far as advanced infrastructure is concerned, so academic support infrastructure, that classroom, laboratory, computer centers, that should have with the good capacity. So ICT enabled classroom. So everywhere everybody is going to talk about ICT enabled classroom. Let me focus on this aspect. Most of the colleges are believing that ICT classroom is what it should be, well decorative, curtains should be as like, chairs should be as like. So as per as NAC consideration is concerned, let me explain. ICT classroom means two things are required. One, that classroom should be supported, connected with the internet or Wi-Fi, and second, that classroom should have the projector. Along with these two inclusion, you can claim any classroom as an ICT enabled classroom. Basic requirement as per as ICT enabled classroom. So the classroom should be ICT enabled classroom. Upgradation of infrastructure, this institution should have the upgradation of the infrastructure, whatever the existing infrastructure is there, it should be upgraded. There should be the unique infrastructure from special program. For example, that we have the English language lab. The English language lab having the special infrastructure. As the waste management system is there with the institution, isn't it? Solid waste management system is there, or butterfly garden is there with the institution. So there should be the unique infrastructure for the special program, so that will be effect more. So the ICT infrastructure, that whole campus should be with ICT supported. Library infrastructure should be there up to the mark that academic departments are expected, administrative infrastructure, co-curricular department, extracurricular department, animal houses, herbal garden, campus should be, canteen should be there in the campus, auditorium is also expected, indoor, outdoor sport complexes are also required in the institution. Bank is required. Post office is also, if it is there, well and good. Hospitals are required in a campus, or there should be tie-up with hospitals. The nearby hospital institution should have the tie-up with the nearby hospital. So separate hostel for the boys and girls. Residential quarters for the teaching and non-teaching staff. And whole institution should be supported with the CCTV. Connectivity is basic need, today's basic need. There should be a special infrastructure for physical disabled students, like ramps are there, railings, lift, and other required facilities. The campus should be the greenery. the biodiversity of campus should be measured and accountable. Alternate source of energy nowadays it is expected. The solar, at least solar panel should be there in the campus. That is the alternate sources of energy is expected. Then the water conservation institution should have the plan as well as facilities for water conservation. Rainwater harvesting is expected in the campus. Waste management system is also basic need of any higher education in the form of solid waste management. As well as solid waste management is there, so the institution can convert the solid waste in a compost, and simple process is there applicable for them. If vermiculture, with the help of the solid waste, the institution can go with the vermiculture, and vermiculture result in compost, vermicompost, and that vermicompost can be used for the various purposes that what we knows about. So this is one way of the solid waste management. Similarly, the institution should have the liquid waste management as well as VE waste management. So waste management system is expected in a campus. This is today's need. So these are the some of the addition as far as advanced infrastructure is concerned. Second point in this area, that is the motivated, energized, and teacher, it has been suggested in a NEP that teaching duty also should not be exceeded and the student teacher ratio should not be more. The teaching duty is concerned because as we all knows about, if the teaching hours, teaching duties increased, ultimately that is going to affect on the performance of the teacher, because teaching is not only job of a teacher. Apart from the teaching, the teacher have other co-curricular activity. So for example, if the teaching duties are more or the student teacher ratio is more, ultimately that is affecting on the overall performance of the teacher, because the activity for teaching remains pleasant if the teaching duties are limited. Faculty which are there involved, the faculties which are there in institution, so they are also required to do other works apart from the what we can see the direct teaching. For example, they has to take part, not take part, they has to lead some co-curricular activity, extracurricular activity, student support services, research is there, and most important responsibility of the teacher is mentoring. That the teachers are required to mentor to their student. So mentoring is also one of the important aspect which is associated with the education. So it has been suggested there should not be more teaching hours than that of prescribed by UGC, as well as the student teacher ratio should not be more. So both aspects are affecting directly on the performance of the teacher. Ultimately, that will be affected in outcome of the student. So along with this, again it has been suggested the teacher should be appointed for an individual institution, and the teacher should not be transferable, as the institution having various branches or the management having the various institution. In a such situation we can see the teachers are transferable, that from one college to another college, second to third college. But in NEP it is suggested the teacher should not be transferable, not transferable, and the teacher should appointed for the individual institution. Let them remains in same institution till the retirement. Why this is important? Because see, transferable jobs are as like that. It is most important that I said at the beginning, teacher profession is very different than that of other profession. When nobody can success, nobody can in this profession or nobody can success in this profession, because this is only one profession. It should be by heart, it should be from mind, it should be from soul. Then only one can become a teacher, then only one can success in a teaching profession. So moving institution takes some time. Say for example, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. So at first you should know the institution. Then you are required to know the student, mentality of the student. That again takes 3 years, 4 years. So then you can implement your ideas, isn't it? For this purpose, it is expected the teacher should be in one institution. Teacher should be appointed for one institution. Teacher's profession, job should not be transferable. It has been suggested, recommended in a ENEP, and this is very right because then only if the teacher is there working in one institution, then only it may feel truly invested, connected, and to committed for their institution as well as community. If the transferable job is there, this all kind of the outcome is not possible to occur. So it has been suggested the teaching duty should not be more, student teacher ratio should not be more, job should not be transferable. As far as workload is concerned, the working hours of teacher in full employment should not be less than 40 hours a week for 30 working days. Means in one academic year, whatever 180 teaching days are there. So in 180 teaching days, at least a 30 working week should not be less than 40 hours. The working hours of the teacher should not be less than 40 hours. As far as teacher being in institution is concerned, at least 7 hour teacher is expected in an institution, in a college, in a university, in a campus, 7 hours. Apart from the 7 hours, at least 2 hours the teacher should involve in the mentoring to the student. Mentoring, it is one of the, it's not new, but it becomes very important nowadays. Mentoring of the student is expected. It is expected the teacher should mentor to some of the students, some number of the students. And as per the UGC rules and regulation, minimum 15 students should be there to be mentored by one teacher. And mentoring is expected stress related issues. Mentoring is expected academic issues which have the student. The social relevant issues are there, financial issues are there, emotional issues are there. With all concern of the student, it is expected the teacher has to look after these all issues of the student in the form of the mentoring. And at least 2 hours it is expected the teacher should involve in the mentoring in extracurricular activity, library consultation work. As far as undergraduate is concerned, UG institutions are concerned. While the PG institution, the 2 hours teacher is expected to involve in the research. And whatever infrastructure is required for the research, it is mandatory the institution should provide the required infrastructure. Institution is required to provide the required facilities for the research. But the 2 hours the teacher should involve in a research activity as per as postgraduate college is concerned. So this is the direct teaching learning process. So the first point, most of the teacher might be confused. 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week. It is not direct teaching hours. So this time, this duration, these hours are concerned to the working hours of the teacher. 40 per week. And now our concern is direct teaching hours. So assistant professor, the 16 hours, that is the direct teaching hours, 16 hours per week, as well as associate professor and professor, the 14 hours, the direct teaching per week. And there is the relaxation of 2 hours in a workload as the associate professor or the professor is actively involved in other institutional activities like administration work is there or any other social relevant activities are there. If the professor or associate professor is involved in other administrative work of the institution, then again there should be the 2 hours relaxation. So this is the teaching duties as well as teaching hours, direct teaching hours, and total working hours of a teacher in an institution. As far as teacher-student ratio is concerned, so for PG program, for science program, the teacher and student ratio should be 1:10 for PG, that 10 student for one teacher. So this is the ratio as far as science is concerned. For humanity and social science, as per the UGC rules regulation, as per the UGC, 1:15, that 15 student per one teacher, while the commerce and management is concerned, PG commerce and management is concerned, the ratio should be 1:50. Media and mass communication, the teacher-student ratio should be 1:10. So as far as UG programs are concerned, undergraduate colleges are concerned, for the social science, expected 1:30, one teacher with 30 student, or 30 student, behind 30 student, there should be one teacher, 1:30. For the science, there should be 1:25, while for the BEd, as per the NCTE norms, and media, mass communication, and the commerce, it is expected 1:15 is the ratio of the teacher and student. So this is as per the UGC rules and regulation, as per the UGC recommendation. Next point, which have been mentioned in NEP 20, as per as motivated, energized, capable faculty is concerned, the faculty will be given the freedom to design their own curriculum. So normally there should be the freedom to design the curriculum. Freedom should be there to the teacher to design the curriculum, because not only to design the curriculum, but there should be freedom for selecting the textbook, selecting the reading material, assignment, and the assessment. So these are the most important area as per as student performance analysis is concerned. And student performance or student analysis, the teacher is only knows each and every aspect of the student as far as progression is concerned. So it has been suggested there should be freedom to the teacher. The teacher can develop the curriculum as per the need of student, as per the need of region, as per the need of geographical condition. So teacher can frame the assessment methodology, assignment, isn't it? And the study material, selection of the study material. So it has been suggested there should be freedom to the teacher, because empowering the faculty to conduct innovative teaching, research, and services as they see best will be key motivator and enable to them to truly outstanding creative work. When there will be freedom to the teacher, as far as curriculum development is concerned, assignment is concerned, isn't it? Assessing to the student is concerned. So this will be positively impacted on overall upliftment of the institution, overall upliftment of the education system. Along with this is also suggested the innovative teaching methodology. It has been suggested the teacher should be adopt the innovative teaching methodology. That is also we are going to focus separately. So as far as design own curriculum is concerned, the add-on courses which are there, being affiliated institution, there is no freedom to design the curriculum, because most of the institutions are affiliated to any university. Due to affiliation, the institution doesn't have they are unable to design their own curriculum, because they has to follow curriculum rules, regulation of the affiliating university. In spite of this, there is the space. The institution, the teacher can develop their own courses under the title of add-on courses. Add-on courses means what? So these are the courses which add additional latest information to the regular curriculum. So whatever you are teaching, or whatever teachers are teaching as a part of curriculum of university, as a part of curriculum prescribed by university, so extension of that, whatever course will be there, extension of that you can develop as add-on course. These are the course which add additional value to the regular curriculum. So there is the space for to develop that on course, and this will be considered for the NAC assessment and accreditation process. But in spite of this, the student will be most benefited with this. So after this, again there is space for the teachers who has to develop their own curriculum in the form of the certificate courses. So these are the courses may or may not subject related, but they are based on the skill development. So ultimately, by completing such courses, the skill of the student will be developed. Skill development courses the institution can have, though they are affiliated with the university. Then also the institution can develop their own courses, certificate courses. Third category of the courses that the value-added courses. So there is also chance to the teacher, to the institution, though they are affiliated with any university, then also they can develop the value-added courses without permission of the university. They can introduce the courses. They can provide the certificates. So value-added courses is one of the title. So the institution, the teachers can design their own curriculum. So these are the courses which add a value in a recruitment. So these are the courses which help for the recruitment. Suppose to be a student is graduated with commerce, isn't it? So the commerce is one of the program in your institution. So along with the commerce, as the institution is develop the tally course, and that tally course is providing along with the commerce. So it may be treated as a value-added courses because commerce is a graduation, so he will be recruited, but the preference will be given as the student, commerce student with the tally, and immediately or so as early as possible, such student will get recruited. So value-added courses, these are the courses which add value in the recruitment, which support for the recruitment of the student. So as like courses, also the institution can develop the skill enhancement courses. Again, like the soft skills are there. There is also some space for to develop the courses which are based on the soft skill, as like language and communication skills are there. English language, isn't it? Communication language, corporate communication language, business communication language. So various types of the communication languages are there. So the institution can develop, can design their own curriculum on language and communication skill. Similarly, the institution can have the courses on the life skill. So yoga is there, health and hygiene is there, isn't it? On this topic, the institution can develop their own courses, life skill, ICT and computing skill. So basic computing courses can be developed by the institution. Basic ICT courses, browsing is there, PPT, making PPT is there, isn't it? So as like basic courses of computers can be developed by the institution. So this is some of the area in the institution have space to design their own curriculum, because being affiliated institution, there is very less scope, not less, but the institution cannot develop their own courses. But these are the some of the areas. These are the some of the courses can institution can develop, can teacher can develop. So this is one of the space as far as curriculum is concerned, apart from the university. So CI is one of the most important aspect as far as student performance is concerned. That is the continuous internal evaluation. It is expected. It is expected the teachers, energized teacher, motivated teacher. It is expected continuously in a process of the assessment of the student, continuously in a process of evaluation of the student. In other words, we can say even students have been continuously evaluated. Means there should be the examination, not only the examinations which are there. So the institution, the teacher can evaluate to the student continuously through the academic performance, through the co-curricular performance, through the cultural performance, through the sport involved performance of the student. So through the various way, the students can be evaluated, and it is expected the teacher should evaluate to their student continuously. So that is the continuous internal evaluation. This is also one of the most important area as far as teacher and the student performance is concerned. Next point of this NEP, that is the incentivize through the appropriate rewards, promotion and recognitions. The teacher has to be motivated through the incentives. Appropriate reward should be given to the teacher. The promotions to be given to the teachers. Recognition should be given to the teachers, because why these are important? These are important as per as improvement of the governance of the institution is concerned. So ultimately, due to rewarding to the teacher to the various way, motivating to the teacher to the various way, the governance of the institution is going to improve, as well as motivation to the teachers. Ultimately, they will be the energized, because in the introduction we have seen the energetic teacher as they are motivated, and also we discussed about what how should be motivated. So motivation to the teacher, and they are the energized due to the incentives given to the teacher, and the student outcome improves. So this is most important. Whatever our education system is based on the student centric, so directly it is affected as per as the teacher is happy, as per as teacher is motivated, as per as teacher is energized, rewarded, promoted, recognized. Ultimately, that will be affect on the performance of the teacher, and ultimately that will be affected on the student outcome. So ultimately, the outcome of the student will be improved. That's why the incentives have been recommended. Commendation and the monetary incentives are also recommended. Commendation and the medal to be given to the teacher. At least the institution can have certificate of honor. Such kind of reward or any remarkable work done by the teacher, the institution can publish in a newspaper, website. Non-monetary incentives are also suggested in the form of the study leave, promotion. So gifted to teacher teaching or any ICT tool. So so these are the some of the suggestion as far as the rewarding to the teacher is concerned. The clearly defined and independent and transparent process and criteria for the faculty recruitment. It is suggested in NEP. So the recruitment process has to be clearly defined. Recruitment process should be in a formatted manner. It should be independent and transparent, as well as the promotion is also mentioned in the NEP. Probation is also mentioned, that suitable probation period shall be put in place for further ensure excellence. Then the fast track promotion system have been suggested in the NEP. Fast track promotion system, as per as the teacher performance is concerned, supposed to be. Now there are the specific slot as per my knowledge. So after 5 years, after 3 years, again after 3 years, associate professor, professor. So as like, so in NEP it has been recommended fast track promotion system should be there. Apart from the time span which have been prescribed by UGC, fast track promotion. If the teacher have the ability, that he has some remarkable ability, he have achieved something remarkable, such teachers have been identified, and such teachers should be bring in a fast track promotion in spite of waiting for 3 years, 5 years. So immediately such teachers can be promoted. So as like suggestion is also there in NEP and performance appraisal system. So every teachers should be gone should be gone under the appraisal system. That performance of teachers should be assessed through the peer as well as through the student review. That the performance of the teacher in innovation in teaching and pedagogy, the what is the quality of research which have been done by the teacher, the involvement of teacher in a professional development activities, as well as involvement of teacher in a service, that is the service to society or other areas of the institution. So considering these all parameters, there should be the proper performance assessment system, teachers performance assessment system, and accordingly this the institution can promote the teacher. Accordingly, this the institution can reward the teacher. In short, the institution can motivate the teacher. So Some of the innovation in the teaching and pedagogies are expected. Various points in NEP, various points where various areas where it has been suggested there should be the innovation in teaching and pedagogy. As per as innovation in teaching in concern, that some of the innovative practices are discussed here. So the teacher or the institution can assess the learning level of the student, and as per assessing learning level, there should be the categorization of the student, that is the slow learners and advanced learners, and care should be must taken by the institution or by teacher, though the categorization of the student on the basis of their learning level. For example, the students who have less than 40%, they will be categorized as slow learner. The student who have more than 70%, they will be categorized as a advanced learner. So there should be the categorization, but students should not know that they are slow learners or they are the advanced learners. Unknowing to the student by using specific skill, such kind of the categorization should be there among the student, that is the slow learners and advanced learner, and it is expected to provide the different, what we can say, the methods, different methods of the teaching should be applied. Different types of the teaching should be applied. For example, as far as for slow learner is concerned, so repetition of syllabus is there, isn't it? So you can repeat the syllabus, you can repeat the topic, provide the summary in a brief. Simple notes should be provided to the student. So frequently there is need to conduct the test examination for the improvement of the student. Providing extra material with basic understanding of the subject. Remedial classes is very common aspect which is there applied for the slow learner. So the institution can now arrange the remedial classes for the slow learner. The remedial teaching is offered at 0 hours by each department systematically. And as far as consideration of these remedial classes is concerned, there should be, apart from your regular timetable, there should be the timetable for the remedial classes as far as consideration is concerned. A repeated sleep test can be conducted in institution. So along with this, the extra classes in vernacular language, regional language, because the slow learners there, they are not able to understand. They are not able to understand language other than their regional language. So it is better to provide some of the complicated topics, some of the challenging topics in a vernacular language. It is expected to teach in a regional language, though frequently there should be conducting assignment for the slow learners. The students should be engaged in institutional and social activities. Ultimately, their interest of the teaching will be increases and they will attract toward the study. So peer teaching is also recommended for the slow learner. For advanced learner, but kind of methodologies can be provided, can be introduced for the advanced learner. So delivering lecture with the support of advanced concept research and internet. So some advanced kind of knowledge is expected to give for the advanced student, advanced learner. So whatever you are teaching as per your curriculum, what advancement is occurred in that curriculum, the teacher is required to explain in 2 to 3 minutes. Last 2 to 3 minutes will be after the ending the specific chapter. So last 5 minutes should be on advancement of what he taught with the help of the research and internet. With the advanced kind of the knowledge is required to provide. Involve in curriculum based workshop, because the university is going to conduct a workshop before to frame any curriculum, before to frame new curriculum. So the advanced learner student, they should involve in a workshop which have been conducted by the university, specifically curriculum related workshop. So you can organize the seminars for the advanced learner, debate competition for the advanced learner, or the seminar will be conducted by advanced learner and slow learner will listen. That audience will be the slow learner. So this is also one of the practices, effective practice. Extra books can be provided to the advanced learner. The advanced learners, the institution can allow them to participate in workshop, conferences, seminar. They will represent to the institution. So you can have a challenging assignment for the advanced learner. So whatever in-house research is there, so let them involve in in-house research, or the institution can motivate to the advanced learner so as to participate in in-house research activity. Project work can be given to the advanced learner. advanced learner can be sent for the internship, paper presentation in national and international seminars and the conferences. So event can be organized by the advanced learner like seminar, workshop, annual day celebration. So they are allowed it to take part or take enrolled for the MOOCs courses, SWAYAM, NPTL, so which are the online courses, the inter-institutional competitions where such advanced students can be sent, and student exchange program. So in the student exchange program, so such advanced students can be sent to the other institution. So these are the some of the innovations in the teaching learning. So again, another field of the teaching learning, innovation in the teaching learning, that is the experiential teaching learning is there. It is also asked in various parameters as far as NAC is concerned, experiential teaching learning. So experiential teaching learning helps student relate theory to the practice and analysis a real life situation in light of course material. So the students are learning with the experience, that is called the experiential teaching learning. The curriculum which have been prescribed by the university. So the curriculums learning by the student with the experience, that is called the experiential teaching learning, means the curriculum with the experience, not in a classroom in short, or in other words we can say. So normally as far as experiential teaching learning is concerned, the history, geography subjects can organize curriculum based study, and whatever part of curriculum is there, so they will be explained on the field. The language subjects can teach with the role playing. The botany students are there, isn't it? Botany student can organize their practicals in the garden or in forest, inspired to organizing in a laboratory. So the zoology student, the zoology curriculum based study tour for the centuries or the forest. The chemistry student curriculum based experiments inspired to conducting in a laboratory. So the same experiments they can show in industry. So there will be the industrial visit, and the student will take the experience of the practicals, curriculum practicals in an industry. So that kind of study tours can be also organized by the chemistry department. So these are some of the suggestions for the experiential teaching learning as far as innovative teaching learning is concerned. So participative teaching learning can have to organize, can have to debates. So debate competition, group discussion, seminars, but debate, group discussion, seminar should be based on the curriculum as far as to consider the student-centric teaching learning under the subtitle of the participative teaching learning. So there should be organization of the debate, group discussion, seminar, but they should be based on the curriculum related debate, curriculum related group discussion, as well as seminar. So along with this also one group will present and other group will give the feedback. So as like participative teaching learning is also possible, that 5 to 10 student group will present the curriculum or one of the topic will be selected. So they will present, and remaining all students will listen, and they will give the feedback on the presentation. So alternate one by one group will present and other group will be listener, and they are giving the feedback. So delivering lecture and asked to find out the current status of the future scenario. This is also one of the most important inclusion is possible to make as far as participative teaching learning is concerned. So whatever teaching, whatever topic you are going to teach in a classroom, so tell them the current status of this topic which have been taught in a classroom as a part of curriculum, or you ask them what will be the future scenario of this concept. So this is the way through which there will be the participative type of the learning, teaching learning. And third, innovative teaching learning, third subtitle or third area, suggestive area, as far as innovative teaching learning is concerned, that is called the problem solving methodology. So what it means, ability to identify and solve a problem, applying the appropriate skills systematically. This is called the problem solving methodology. It is expected the teacher should adopt the problem solving methodologies, introduce the problem solving methodology. So as far as this title is concerned, what is possible to do? The survey and case studies are problem based. Curriculum related case studies can be given to the student. Survey like questionnaires can be given to the student. or can have the research, small research project which are based on the curriculum, which are based on the curriculum. So as like provision is possible as far as problem solving methodology is concerned. So then teaching with advancement. So teaching with advancement earlier we discussed about. So whatever topic we are going to teach in a classroom as per part of curriculum is concerned. So the advance of that topic should be taught in last 5 minutes. So in earlier discussion, same thing we discussed about. But teaching with advancement is also one of upcoming innovative teaching learning methodology. It should be adopted by the teacher. So apart from this, again, it is expected under the innovative teaching learning, a learning management system. The teacher is required to teach with LMS, learning management system. So what is this? This is the software or application used for delivering the lectures. With the help of this software, everything is possible to manage. That is possible to manage the, the registration of the student. You can provide the online courses through this software. Tracking is also possible. Assessment, you can also, the teacher can assess the student. Assessment is also possible. So 24 hours teachers lectures will be available online, or with this software they are available. Notes will be provided through this software, books, etc. Everything what is there required to the student, it has been provided. What is required to the student, everything is available. Everything should be available. As like software, with the help of which teaching is possible, conducting exam is possible, attendance is possible, assignment is possible, discussion forum will have to discuss curriculum related aspect, chat session. So everything with the help of the software, specifically teaching learning process, that is called as the learning management system. So it is expected the teacher should teach with the LMS, learning management system, as well as student to mentor for the academic and state related issues. So there should be the mentoring process in institution, that the teacher will be a mentor and some of the student, more or less 15 to 20 student will be mentee, and the teacher is looking at all issues of that student. That in earlier point we discussed about. It is also one of the part of innovative teaching learning. Linkages with other institution for faculty exchange. So there should be linkages with other institutions. Through these linkages, there will be faculty exchange. The teacher from one institution will go to the other institution for teaching purpose, for the research purpose. Teacher from other institution will come to your institution. So there will be the teacher exchange, thought exchange, methodology exchange, process exchange. So that is all exchange is possible. Similarly, there should be the student exchange. Until the linkage, there should be the student exchange program. Some of the students from your institution will go to the other institution so as to visit the library, so as to visit the laboratory, so as to do certain experiment, so as to visit some innovative infrastructure, for to do course, for to attend the training program. Similarly, the student from their college will come to your institution. So along with the research, so there should be research in collaborative manner. So the linkages is also recommended. So directly and indirectly, it also comes under the innovative teaching learning methodology. So similarly, it is expected collaboration with corporate sector, industry, NGO. Through this collaboration, there should be various activities, social relevant activities can be possible to conduct. Internships are also possible to conduct. So job trainings are also possible to arrange. So professional development programs which are required so as to arrange for the teaching staff. So these are the some of the example of the professional development program. So training on advanced teaching methodology with ICT, innovative presentation skill, new faculty orientation program, experimental participative teaching methodology, workshop on MOOCs, orientation on InfluentNet. So these are the some of the suggested topics on which the institution can organize the professional development program, especially for the teacher is concerned. That outstanding and effective institutional leadership is one of the important area which have been recommended, which have been suggested as far as NEP is concerned. That we all knows about the leader is most important, institutional leader is most important. That outstanding and enthusiastic leader is expected, due to which or ultimately this will be effect or it will be helpful to cultivate excellence and innovation, and this is need of the hour. Outstanding and effective institutional leadership is extremely important so as to success of the institution or success of every or the major role of the success, major contribution behind the success of any institution, that is the leader. The effectiveness of leader is directly influencing the success of the institution as well as the success of the faculty. So, excellence faculty with high academic and service credential should be identified. The teacher who having this kind of the ability, who having the high academic and service credential, the teacher who having the management skill should be identified, and such teacher should be trained for the leader of the institution or for the leader of that institution. And it is also recommended the leadership position shall not be vacant. Means the principal position shall not be vacant. Every time there should be the full-time principal. Without that, there is no development, because we all knows about without permanent principle, because number of limitations are there being IC principle, number of limitations are there, so it is expected the head of the institution post should not be vacant, because ultimately that is going to affect on the development of the institution. And transaction phase is there, so this is what we can say the transaction phase means retirement of earlier principal till to appointment of new principal. So this transaction phase should not be get affected, because most of the time it happens. So transaction phases get affected as per as institutional graph is concerned. It has been suggested the transaction phase should be properly maintained and should not be get affected. Okay, if it is not graph will not be upgrowing, but at least it should not be coming behind. So at least it should be maintained. So the transaction phase is important as far as leadership position appointment is concerned. That should be maintained. It has been suggested. And the institutional leaders will aim to create a culture of excellence, and that will motivate to perform outstanding and innovative teaching, research, and institutional service and community outreach from the faculty member and overall HI leader is concerned. Apart from the some of the uh, points we are going to discuss as far as leadership is concerned. So cultural intelligence. So one of the important characteristic feature of the leadership, that is the cultural intelligence, the skill or ability to relate and work with a group of individuals from diverse background and experiences. The leader should have the ability to relate the work and to work with various individuals, because different peoples will be there, different teachers will be there, so all will have the different background. So the head of the institution should have the leader should have the ability to involve in all group of the individual as far as leader is concerned. Evidence-based leadership. The leader should know how to utilize the workforce, as well as he should believe on the evidences, as well as he should believe on the data. With the help of the evidences, with the help of the data, there should be the planning. There should be the management planning, there should be the institution planning, and he should have ability to utilize the right skill at the right place. So that with the evidence-based leadership, he should have the academic administrator as well. He or she should have the academic administrator as well. An individual who serve an institution in an administrative capacity to support the institution and further mission and vision of the organization. So directly, indirectly, all decisions should be in support of the institution, changing the mission of the institution, changing the vision of the institution, personal and ethical leadership, the ability to form model moral behavior within an organization, and to lead by promoting and executing appropriate ethical aspects. So this is also one of the point of the leadership, and a core competencies. Basic skill set should be there with leadership. Basic skill set and foundation of knowledge related to specific areas of the expertise is expected. The academic leadership is also one of the important point as far as leadership is concerned. an individual who serve as a leader to create and support the vision and mission of the organization, providing correct direction, policy and political leadership. The leader should have the ability to develop the required policy, as well as you should have the ability to implement the policy, because developing policy is not only important, the policy should be implemented properly. So he should have the skill, he should have the knowledge, he should have the sense to develop the relative policies, as well as he should have the ability to develop the policies. So this is the policy and political leadership, strategic and organizational leadership, the ability to think strategically, to develop the mission and vision of the organization, considering the big picture or a excellent future of the institution, and decentralization and participatory management. The leadership should have the vision of the not vision, the leadership should have in a practice of a decentralization, that powers, responsibility, and authority should be distributed among the different. So decentralization, the power, responsibility, and authority should not be centralized, it should be decentralized, means there should be the specific powers, responsibility, and authority to the vice principal. Similarly, it is expected to the head of the department, then to the teacher, then to the registrar. So this should be distributed amongst every members of this section and participate. There should be participation of every stakeholders of higher education. As per as any decision making is concerned, there should be participation of all stakeholders, by discussing with all stakeholders, by discussing with the major part of the section, each members, the decision should be taken. That is participatory management. All should be participated in managing that institution. So these are the sum of the parameters through which the leadership can be possible to develop. So this is all about today's session. So thank you very much. Over to you, over to organizer. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your very effective guidance and discourse on motivated, energized, and capable faculty. I'm very much sure that all of we will get benefited by many things you introduced, and starting with the story of Picasso. That Picasso, what he painted in minutes and he sold in millions. That too, when we go to classrooms, we are prepared. Not prepared in the sense, excuse me, I request delegates to mute your mic. Those who want to raise questions, they can unmute their mic. Other delegates are requested to keep their mic mute. So what I wanted to say is, not only before going to classroom that we prepare for that particular lecture, but throughout our education, at our UG level, at our PG level, whatever we have earned, whatever we have learned, that we are going to deliver in the classroom. And as you said, it is a very important thing that job security is must on part of teacher. Job security is not in our hand. Excuse me for a minute. Okay, that is though not our role in job security. The government policy matters, then many other things matter. Uh, there is there is disturbance on your side only. When you were speaking, your voice was little having a low volume, but later you increased your volume. But as you are there in the college, the student background and student noise was there all the time. But we had to be very attentive to listen to your every word. You talked about the basic infrastructure that should be made available at institute level, and maintaining of teacher-student ratio that you talked about. Then you also talked about institutional leadership, and that principal or having a regular principal, having a permanent position of principal matters all activities. Once the principal itself, there are some colleges, sir, in our area also, we see that they cannot even send a proposal to any activity, proposal for grants, and even they don't have full-fledged recruitments because the principal's post is vacant. Therefore, very important, we say head of the institute it matters a lot. You talked about core competencies, and you also talked about decentralization. Whenever decision making comes, participative management is necessary. Every point is noted by all of us. I'm sure it will be beneficial to all the delegates in general, and those who are working especially in IPSC, it will be better for them. If there are some questions at the end of the delegates, I request to delegates to ask questions. Sir is here to explain and clarify. If anybody want to raise a question, you are free to ask. If there are no questions, should we part for the break?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much to all of you,
Yes, sir.
and
Thank you very
best
much.
wishes for this FDP program.
Thank you very
So
much.
thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
We
you
will
very
be in
much.
touch with you all
Sure,
together.
sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Bye. Good day.
Dear delegates, we are going to park now for a break of 10 minutes, and we'll reassemble. It is 5 to 12 o'clock. So we'll again get assembled here online at 10 past 12. That is after 15 minutes. The invited speaker will be available online at 10 past 12. So let's meet at 10 past 12. Thank you very much.